basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Boswell over to Love. Outlight, knocked away, stolen. Ellis, Collier, slam it home. That should do it.
Every Pac-12 game is hard, man.
Well, you're absolutely right, Umar. You absolutely are right. Every Pac-12 game is hard, and the Wildcats did not get it done tonight in Los Angeles, falling to the USC Trojans by a score of 78-65. Coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we got a new set tonight. Check this out. If you're watching on one of our many streams here, we are streaming this show tonight on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Coming to you live with the skyline of the Las Vegas Strip behind us tonight. I like this one. I wish I could do all the shows right here from our balcony at the Polo Towers, but the sun apparently, unfortunately, does not cooperate during the daytime. So we can only do this at night here. So maybe we'll do a few shows from here during the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament, depending on how things go. The Wildcats will have a lot of early games next week, so we'll kind of see how that all pans out. 78-65, the final tonight in favor of the USC Trojans, a night where the Wildcats just were dreadful from the guard position shooting the basketball. Kylan Boswell, Caleb Love, Pella Larson, Jaden Bradley, KJ Lewis combined to shoot 22% from the floor in this game. Might have been the worst game of the season for Caleb Love in terms of shooting the basketball, as Caleb in this game went just 1 for 10 and missed all 6 of his three-point shots. Guard play wins in March. Guard play loses in March. It's pretty simple, guys. That's what happened tonight. I'm David Kelly again in Las Vegas. Back in studio in Tucson. You got JW Madden. You got Kelvin Ifan. I will start with you, JW. Your thoughts on what you saw there tonight at the Galen Center.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they were a little lackadaisical, I think, offensively. Give credit to USC. That defense was – they definitely came to try to send a message going into the Pac-12 tournament. The way Trojans move on this rest of the season, really unfortunate. That's my takeaway. It's really unfortunate that we didn't get to see that team at full strength all year. As I said pregame, that team now with that starting five is 7-2 in conference, and the 2 losses are by 2 possessions. So they're 2 possessions away from being 9-0 with that starting lineup. And as far as the guard play, I just think the biggest problem Arizona had tonight clearly was really carelessness with the ball. And look no further than how dominant Umar Ballo was, especially in that first 10 minutes. If you just keep feeding Umar, and obviously they tried, but a lot of those were turnovers. What was it, 15 steals by the Trojans? So unfortunately, the game plan shoulda, coulda, woulda been feed Ballo, foul out their entire team, because that's the way it was going. But they just kept turning the ball over, DK and Kelvin, before they get into the big fella.
Kelvin Ifan also joining us back in studio. Kelvin, just your initial impressions, your top takeaways.
Yeah, turnover city. Turnover city, man. Turnover city.
18.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know that's one of the tops of the year, man. I mean, they hadn't played that sloppy, and a lot of the turnovers wasn't forced turnovers. It was, losing the ball, mishandles. So it just didn't seem like they was locked in the way that I thought they would be coming off a championship victory. I was a little disappointed with, because I think we have seniors, and I feel like at this point of playing 30 games together, it just seemed like it was just too many guys disjointed, and having the seniors out there, Caleb Love and Larson. I mean, they had a tough day. Boswell, the young guy, he didn't shoot the ball too well there either. But Larson and Love have to play well for this team to be successful. And on the bright side of things, you get a chance to come down, because they was on a high. and you get a chance to come down and go back and look in the mirror and look at each other, and everybody's going to say you suck, and that make those guys have to come more together. They got to get back in the gym. Got to get back in the gym because you're not going to feel good about this.
No, not at all. 78-65. Southern California gets the win. We had asked before the ball game, should Tommy Lloyd rest his starters tonight with not a whole lot at stake other than a number 1 seed? Well, that may have gone out the window tonight with the loss. Both the Wildcats and the Tennessee Volunteers both losing. North Carolina is creeping up that board as well, potentially with a chance now to steal a number 1 seed. Our poll guys ended up getting almost 500 votes. 500 votes. Still, obviously, it's still active. I didn't set the time right. I should have set it to shut off at game time. But right now, 87% still said that Tommy Lloyd should not change anything. And that's pretty much what he did. I mean, he didn't really change a whole lot. I mean, obviously, KJ Lewis played 20-plus minutes off the bench. Jaden Bradley, we mentioned before the game when we talked about that analytic, was averaging around 19 minutes. And that's what he played. Yet,
and KJ only played those minutes because Pella fouled out in 23 minutes, right? I mean, the only reason KJ got in for that amount of time is because Pella was in foul trouble early and often. So, yeah, I didn't see much change, DK. I think it was just same as usual. It's just the guys, again, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch again, which begrudgingly I will. But I think that the ball pressure, Kelvin, I mean, those guards, we know how the quality of the USC backcourt is when they're healthy. But I thought, it wasn't the name guys that you normally think of as much. You know what I mean? Like Boogie was okay, 1 for 8 offensively.
Yeah.
Played some good defense,
struggled.
but man, Kobe Johnson looked really, really nice out there on the defensive end. I think you got to give a lot of credit to the USC defense for causing those turnovers.
Yeah, and you know what happens is this. Well, especially on the offensive side of the ball, when you have the Boogie Ellis's back and the Colliers, all those guys back, now those guys are getting the 3rd and 4th defenders, and when those guys were out, they was getting the top of the scouting report. So now they get opportunities to operate with a little more freedom without so much help coming, because when you play that team right there, even if Boogie's not having a good night, you still have to respect them. So there's a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So you saw guys crashing the boards and getting rebound putbacks in situation because of that, because you really couldn't help off and double people because of how tough of offensive guys is. But I'll say this too. We're going to have to prove that we can beat that 2-3-2. That, I know if I was a coach and I had the game plan, and I can't say you're going to have the athletes that the teams that have beat us with the 2-3 had. But if you do, our guys are going to have to prove that they're comfortable against that 2-3,
the toughest issue there was they were playing pass. So what happened was they would get inside the zone, and then they would try a little dump-off bounce pass.
Yes.
You saw Pella do this a couple times. But the off defender, the off-ball defender, secondary defender, wasn't looking for that guy to be shooting and going for the rebound, Kelvin. He was going in the passing lane the second that guy got to a spot in the lane. And again, I'm trying to give credit and be respectful for the Trojans' defense and what USC came and the passion and energy they played with. But Kelvin's 100% right. I mean, Pella Larson and Caleb Love there, I think maybe 5 or 6 of their 10 total turnovers were just lackadaisical passes or trying to force it in where it wasn't there, Kelvin. So, again, give credit to USC's defense, and some of those passes are just not ones you expect seniors to make. Live and learn.
Well,
watch that tape.
I thought it
Play
was.
better next time.
I know you guys said that USC probably their defense was responsible, but I saw a lot of sloppy passes. I saw a lot of chance passes, passes where they were taking chances, trying to make things happen, and that's the part of it I didn't like.
You know what I saw, DK? I saw a lot of passes trying to impress a certain someone who was sitting courtside.
Right. LeBron James sitting courtside, walks in right before tip-off.
You got the current GOAT of the league, in there sitting sitting right there in front of the free-throw line extended. And I'm not saying that those guys were playing nervous or had butterflies or none of that. I mean, they've seen a lot of celebrities. But, Kelvin, when LeBron is sitting right there, you know what I'm saying? And every time you run down the court, obviously you're ignoring the crowd, but that's a big dude. He's sitting front and center with a light blue shirt on. I mean, you couldn't miss him. So,
well, Kelvin,
I just think
Kelvin, who was going back to your day, were you ever in an instance like that when you played in front of somebody of great stature in the NBA?
When you played AI in the Garden, what kind of celebrities were around?
Oh man, and you know what's crazy is that, man, I never paid attention to it. I personally never paid attention to it when I played ball. I don't know what it was. Call it a gift. But I never paid attention to that part right there. And I don't remember. I remember guys playing more so for their NBA rankings and trying to play for their draft position.
Yeah.
I will say I've had that, and you can kind of see a guy kind of going for his.
College scout in the gym, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen that more so than anything. But that was a big game. I mean, it was packed in there as LA, and I think the loose passing, kind of goes back to what I always said about teams where you have so many guys that handle the ball. It's beautiful when it's working right. But sometimes you go back to how the game used to be played, where you had the point guard that set up the plays and he make the pass to get the shot. Sometimes that's where I wish that we had set plays where we could have got the ball in our point guards, because our point guards didn't really do a bad job taking care of the ball today. And then you put Pella and Love in a situation where they have to catch and shoot and not create. Because after 2 turnovers, I don't need you to create no more. They shouldn't have had 10. They should have only had 6. But I will say this. You have to go all the way back to Tommy let them play the same all the time. And you have to give him credit for that. But then I guarantee you he's going to go to those guys. And this is what you can do as a coach. When you give guys that much rope, when you go back to them where they can make that many mistakes, now you can go back to them in the locker room, and when y'all go back to practice and say, hey, guys, I gave y'all that rope. Now listen to me. I need y'all to get back tight with the ball and make the right plays with the ball. And they're going to respect that. One, they're mature guys, and 2, because he gave them that rope to be able to make those mistakes. Because a lot of coaches would have reeled that in right away. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong, J-Dub?
Yeah.
They would have reeled it in and said, look, hey, we're running set plays. We're going to get the ball to Barlow in the post, because that's the thing that I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Barlow and Keyshawn was killing
it.
Barlow and Keyshawn were killing. I love the free-flowing offense, and the ball does seem to find the right guy, especially when things are going right. But sometimes when they're going wrong, you have to take over and say, these are the guys that get the ball. These are the guys I need to have opportunities to get shots before they go to anybody else. That was a game where Keyshawn should have had 18 shots, and Barlow should have had at least 16.
No doubt.
Well, in that game, you're talking about Barlow. He had 6. Keyshawn had 10. In terms of the turnovers, 13 of the 18 came from your 3 starting guards, Caleb Love, Pella Larson, and Kylan Boswell, in a 78-65 loss to Southern California. It is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame show. Got a lot in store for you. We'll review our keys to the game, our best bets, hand out an award to the Window Depot Glass Cleaner of the Game. We want to take your calls as well. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada here, and we will be here all through this week as we get you set for the Pac-12 men's basketball tournament. We are still waiting to find out who the Wildcats are going to play. The final game of the day, the final game of the Pac-12 conference ever in the regular season, is still being waged over in Westwood between UCLA and Arizona State. We'll give you a quick update on that. It has now gone final. So UCLA rallies to beat Arizona State tonight, 59-47. Adem Bona scored 20 points, had 12 rebounds, and 4 steals. So UCLA that will go ahead, J-Dub.
UCLA held the Devils to 16 second half points.
Wow.
16. 16. They lost 47-59. They were up 31-27 at the half. 16 second half points.
So that with that, I believe it is now Washington and USC are the 2 teams that will play in the 8-9 game. If Arizona State had held on, it was going to be UCLA and Cal. But with UCLA winning, it is Washington and USC in the 8-9 game. So, guys, we could be seeing the Trojans real quick in short order on Thursday. And I don't think that's if you'd asked me before the game, like I said it before in the pregame show. I said, "Is there one team you really probably don't want to play? It's USC." Now you got to play them. You may have to play them 2 times in a row.
Well, I'll tell you what. After beating me like that, if I was a kid, and I know, I remember when I was a kid, my mom would say, "You got to go fight that kid again." You got to go get that over. You can't go around him. You can't go around him. You got to go see him again. And so I would love. I'm actually happy for it to be USC. The next team I want to see is Washington State. I would love to see them next. After that, maybe I think that probably would have to be in the championship game. But yes, USC. That's a great game to have right there.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. In terms of the bench in this ball game, Jaden Bradley had 8 points in 19 minutes. KJ Lewis just 4 in 22. Mo Krivas, again, the bigs, shot at a high percentage in this ball game. When you look at Umar Ballo, like you guys mentioned, and Keyshawn Johnson, a combined 12 of 17, throwing Krivas 15 of 22. For the bigs in this ball game, a stark. I mean, that's such a stark contrast to the numbers that I mentioned. The guards shot 22%, but your bigs, 15 of 22. I mean, that's well over 65% right there. And like J-Dub said, might have been, or like Kelvin said, might have been a game where you should have kept it going in there to your big men because it was very difficult. And you look at the fast break points, I always talk about that. Only 4 points in transition in this ball game. It was just tough to get downhill in this game for Arizona. They could not get those drives to the basket that we've seen them get in a lot of these games where they were able to cruise offensively.
Well, first of all, and J-Dub know this, it's because Boswell is a great guard, but he's not really a jitterbug and just a speed demon where he's just going to blow by you. Okay, Caleb Love and Larson them, they had guys that they couldn't get by like that today. They couldn't just get by them like that. So now what you have to do is, I don't mean to beat the but they say beat the dead horse or whatever, but that's when you adjust and say, you know what, if I can't get by my guys. And I just looked at the box score. Only one big guy fouled out. We should have fouled out every big man on their team. You keep going in there till you foul all them out. Now, DJ Robin got to play center. You fouled him out. So now you got them all out of sorts because of the foul trouble. But, we're going to have to figure that out because we guards that can shoot the three, guards that can get downhill and score against us, and guards that make it guard us one-on-one without having a lot of help, right? Look like it could give us trouble, so we're going to have to figure out what's going to be the best way to attack that.
All right, let's get our first break of the night in here. We'll take you till about 1 o'clock tonight. 520-848-1290, the number to get on the program. Arizona falls to USC 78-65 with Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog in Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Spring is on its way, and we all know that extreme heat comes next. Right now is the time to get your car or truck road trip ready. And with 14 convenient locations, 6 decades of service, and dozens of Top Shop awards, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care is the place. This month, get back big rebates on all your favorite major brand tires. Save more on the most affordable, long-lasting tires. Check out jackfurriers.com for details and money-saving coupons. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, here to get you there.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
Experiencing the Sonoran Desert's natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rock & Kay. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockandK.com. Designed by nature, built for you. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit novahomeloans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Cantina nachos, strawberry watermelon margaritas, a few zombie kills, and all your favorite sports teams live? When your day calls for some winning, it's time for Dave & Buster's, where you can eat, drink, play, and watch all the sports you want. They've got massive HD TVs, hundreds of the hottest new games, a chef-crafted menu, and an incredible list of beers, wines, and cocktails. So remember, if your day calls for a little victory, a little triumph, a little win, it's probably calling for Dave & Buster's.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was. And even better, Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
The game of football is about pain. Ever since I was 5 years old, it's been all about football. It's been about running, jumping, blocking, tackling. I stopped playing at 31.
You're listening to Michael Robinson, retired pro fullback.
I thought that foot pain was going to be with me for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I met Good Feet. I'm so glad those arch supports are in my shoes.
Go to the Good Feet store at 4811 East Grant Road or at goodfeet.com.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
This just in, Goodfellas AC is matching up to $2,000 on federal tax credit.
Whoa, seriously? This is unbelievable. I gotta call Floyd at Goodfellas.
Hello, Goodfellas. Floyd speaking.
Is it true about the $2,000?
It sure is. Homeowners like you may qualify for a 30% federal tax credit up to $2,000 on qualifying heat pumps. And Goodfellas will match the tax credit dollar for dollar up to $2,000. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
7 minutes to go, down by 11. Boswell, angle right, drives it to the free throw line. Kick it off, Keyshawn for 3. It is good, and Keyshawn Johnson with his 4th Lexus of Tucson Charity 3 here in the half.
Keyshawn Johnson finished with 4 3-point shots in the game, 4 of 5 from 3, 6 of 10 from the field all told. He had 17 points in 34 minutes, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal for Keyshawn Johnson. Wildcats, though, lose at the Galen Center on senior night, 78-65 to the USC Trojans. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. In fact, why don't you text app to 520-848-1290. I will send you a link so you can download our app. We've already got a story up on the game. We'll have more stories up a little bit later for you there. The season is over for the regular season, the Pac-12, and the top 4 seeds in Las Vegas with the byes on Wednesday will be Arizona, Washington State, Colorado, and Oregon, as we had talked about on Thursday night. Those 4 seeds did not change. Those will be the 4 that get the evening off on Wednesday and await their opponents for Thursday. Arizona, again, will play at noon tip-off on Thursday here at the Pac-12 tournament in the quarterfinals. Let's go to the phones, get things going on this Saturday night. The guys in Tucson. I'm in Las Vegas. Howie, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys. You know, the first thing I want to do is I want to thank you for great regular season analysis, as usual.
Thank you, Howie.
You're welcome. It's the God's honest truth, you know. And, you know, after the UCLA game, I had in my mind, we were either going to blow USC out or we were going to fold like a cheap suit. And I was hoping we'd blow them out, obviously, but, you know, we seem to fold like a cheap suit. The guys just seemed lackadaisical, like they were sleepwalking. And, you know, let's talk some basketball, Kelvin. I think you hit it on the head, you know. The way you bust up a zone, unless there was some new theory, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, is you pop from outside or you go deep, and it takes the opposing team out of the zone. You know, they have to change the defense. But when your guards don't score and then you give up on Ballo in this case and Johnson, you know, inside, you got nothing going. They're just going to hang in that zone. And the passing, good God. I mean, it wasn't even passing. Some of it was just like lobbing the ball. I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe beach volleyball. I don't know what the heck it is. But that's my opinion of this game, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you, Howie. It was tough, man. You know, especially again our starting guards, man. 13 turnovers right there. It's hard to win when those guys play like that. I mean, and they don't usually play like that. I don't expect them to play that way. I expect them to take care of the ball. They've been doing a great job taking care of the ball, but we're judging this one game right here, and we just have to call a spade a spade. They just wasn't strong with the ball. You don't expect Love and Larson, especially Boswell. I'm not giving a pass. He's been starting for a whole year, but when you're a veteran, your two veteran guys, they have to take this. They have to take this, and they have to get the guys together and say, hey, I was a veteran captain before, telling you, and I know what I would do. I would get guys together and say, look, this is not about the coaches. The coaches couldn't play this game for us today. There was no game planning that could have done it. Now, I wish we could have hit the ball on the free throw line and somebody would take that shot against that zone, J-Dub, instead of trying to force that next pass, and they was collapsing back down, taking that away. But with that being said, I still say the seniors got to take this on and tell themselves, first of all, we made a mistake not getting the ball and going to the guys that were hot. All year when Love is hot, we go to Love. There's been, different times and whatnot. We went to different guys. We've went to Barlow, but I just felt like that they need to get in there and get together and say, look, this is on us. If we're going to make a real run, we can't let this happen again as far as turning over the ball. And then defensively, we have to play better defensively. We have to. If we're going to play guards in the tournament, we've been talking forever. Guards win the whole thing. We have to play better against guards that play effective like USC's guys did today.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was the whole point with Coach Lloyd bringing in all those transfer portal guys and stuff, was to, beef up, toughen up the team, not only on defense, but, to bring us home, score and go to the hoop and do things like that. In this game, none of that occurred.
Not really, Howie. Not really. How you feel?
Know. I mean, how can you explain that? There's no logic.
Howie, I explain it as kind of like an NBA game. I think it was very reminiscent of that to me when you have it one night.
J-Dub. 78, 79 was the first year we played.
Yeah, correct.
Basketball, right? And then we made it out alive with Ben Lindsay, and then we had Luke, okay, and then we had Sean, and now we have Tommy. And if I look back and I compare this team to there were some great teams that we had over the last 40 plus years. This team, to me, is probably from an athletic standpoint and from their ability to win games, they're probably top 10 of all those U of A teams. There were a lot of good teams back in the day, but for some reason this team tonight, Kelvin, I almost kind of should hang up and just have you replay that loop of get it inside, and then when you're done getting inside, you go back inside again and again. And for some reason, I don't know why we don't do that. Is it one of those things where well, we got to feed the guards. We got to keep the guards, we got to help their appetite. Well, yeah, I get it, but you guys weren't shooting, so feed the big guys inside, and let's work on that. Now, the only saving grace, I think, in this whole thing is that Thursday, we now know that we play either Washington or USC, and both of those teams are playing for something. One, USC they've maybe found something. They found themselves. We can't play their pace. We have to figure out a way to change that pace and make it more in our favor. Of course, duh, right? Okay, but Washington's playing for their head coach, who's a lame duck head coach. So in a way, that Thursday game's going to be a little bit more intriguing than I think a lot of us think, especially me. I'm going to think, oh, come on, let's coast it. But I'm looking forward to it. Bottom line is, this has been a good season. It really has. And of course, as like Howie said, as fans, gosh, we just, we're fans. And so I never claimed to know anything other than I really want to appreciate the regular season. And I did. I love this regular season. And I want to kind of appreciate the Pac-12 tournament. Okay, yeah, well, okay. But honestly, I want us to be healthy. I want us to play well in the Pac-12 tournament. I'm not going to freak out. But really, it's about March Madness, and that's sad. And I shouldn't be like that. I should just enjoy it and win whatever we can. So, but guys, it's been a great run in the Pac-12. It really has for all of us. And I think if we all look back and we all realize that 18 conference titles.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that for a second. That's it right there. I don't think we need to say anything else. Now we've got to just continue to build on it. I think these guys, I can't imagine Caleb Love coming out in any of our remaining games, and let's hope we have 9 remaining games. I can't imagine him scoring just 2 points. If he does, well, there's a pretty good chance we're going to be on the short side of something.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I think you can survive other guys having bad nights, but you're not going to survive Caleb Love having a bad night.
No. And again, it is what it is. And then also, I might as well throw this out there too. I'll blame LeBron James because he was there. He made us nervous. How about that? So anyway, guys, hey, and God bless. I don't know what's going on with Bill Walton, other than just if he's not feeling well, I hope he gets better soon. I wish him all the best because he is part of the Pac-12 Conference of Champions, and I miss him. I know some people don't, but that's okay. He's part of entertainment, and I'll just leave it at that. Thanks so much again, guys. Bear down.
Thank you, Paul. Bear down to you as well.
Bear down, Paul.
Was Walton supposed to be on the game tonight?
I don't know. I just think he's supposed to be on all these games. He's just been out, right, for the past month and a half, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I know he was. The first game he missed was the USC or the Arizona State game that he was supposed to be on. I don't know what other games potentially that he should have been doing in that respect, but it sounds like maybe there's some type of ailment going on there. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on that, and obviously wish speedy recovery if Bill is in fact not out there doing well right now. Speaking of Bill, let's talk to a Bill. You are on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, guys, bear down.
Bear down, Bill.
Hey, I'm not going to look too much into this game as far as going into the future, but it does tell a little bit. Our losses have been against zone defenses. And I know that Kelvin, I coached a little bit, and Kelvin, I know you're a great coach. I've watched some of your games live, and I know your reputation. So how do you attack a zone defense, a half-court zone?
Man, I try to get the ball into the free throw line and distribute the ball from there, either with a forward that can shoot the ball a little bit, or I even try to get a guard right there, even sometimes a point guard, because, again, getting the ball to the heart of that defense just really open things up. I also like to overload the zone, basically where you put three offensive guys actually 4 offensive guys on one side of the zone where they have 3 at, and you either try to get the ball into the post or you get it to a guy in the corner for that easy short corner 3-point shot, or the short corner, which is basically in between the 3-point line and the box. You get it right there, and you can make a lot of different things happen as well. So, but
exactly.
yeah, I really love to get the ball inside.
Yeah, and I love that you said that, because that's exactly what I was screaming tonight. Because there was nobody posted. You get either a 1, 2, or a 3 posting at the free throw line and get it into him, and he dishes the ball to a cutting guard, or he turns around and shoots it, or he turns around and attacks the basket. And we did that like maybe 1 or 2 times. Mm-hmm. You know, it was at 3. I marked it. It was 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and KJ went to the middle. They got him at the free throw line. He turned around and attacked the basket, and he scored, and they fouled him. And it was just, it's frustrating. And you know, again, I'm not going to read too much into this game. We've won the Pac-12. We're going to be a 2 seed. We're going to be playing, we're going to be playing good teams, though. And if anybody looks at tape, they're going to, and if they play us a zone, that's what I would do as a coach if I was watching, scouting this team. And we just need to, I don't know why we don't, we do the overload. We do that. They go to the right side and they overload all the time. But it's just not, sometimes if you're not hitting those threes, it's not working. And if they,
Bud, you're right. We do it. I see Caleb get around over to the corner. They run it to Caleb. But I just feel like we don't really attack that corner, and we don't really throw the ball into the post. I don't think we're aggressive with the play. You have to be aggressive with that play. You either, if they're guarding the perimeter guys, that ball's supposed to go right inside to Ballo every time. You're supposed to make them either cheat a guy in, trying to keep the ball away from Ballo and open up the outside, which opens up a closeout where you can penetrate against that. So you have to be a little aggressive when you get into overload. I don't feel like we're really being that aggressive. How many 3-point shots do we get from the corner? We didn't
because we weren't attacking the middle, so they didn't have to lay back. They could overplay the outside, and we were just doing the windshield wiper offense. We were just going back and forth. And we're talking about the turnovers. That's why we're doing the turnovers, because we weren't making those passes to the middle. We were passing around the edges.
Right.
That's where they can. That's why it's hard to make those passes when they're overplaying you. So
another thing I was gonna say, another thing I like to do against the zone is you screen it. You screen and roll right down the middle. You get that screen, and the guard can penetrate the middle and get to the free throw line. Or if they squeeze it, there's opportunities to swing the ball to the opposite side and force the defense to rotate and open up other cracks. But it just seemed like they still a little hesitant in that zone.
Yeah, and our blowouts were against man-to-man. That's why I just don't see. I still see us going to the Final Four, but any good team that plays zone is going to be really tough, and we're just going to have to figure that out. But I still, again, I'm not going to play too much into this one, but overall, systemically, we have to attack that middle. We just have to go right up down that middle, and Keyshawn's a perfect player to post up on that free throw line. But again, I'll be picking them to go to the Final Four, and hopefully once we get there, balls to the walls and just go to it. But hopefully we can do it. So,
Bill, hey,
down, guys, and we'll see you in Vegas.
All right, Bill, we look forward to it. Thank you very much. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's get a break in here. Also tonight on the junior college level, Pima College beat Chandler Gilbert 64-61 to win the Division II Region I championship. Brian Peabody, the head coach of the Pima Aztecs, is going to join us coming up as well on the post-game show. We'll hear from him, get his thoughts as his team is headed back to the national tournament. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could have the Aztecs in the national tournament and the Arizona Wildcats also in the Final Four? That would be one hell of a men's basketball year here in Tucson, a basketball town. Take a break here. Kelvin Ifan, JW Madden, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hi, this is Mike Hanley, former president of Bank of Tucson, and I'm thrilled to announce that I have joined the Advisory Business Council of Meridian Wealth Management and Natalie Fernandez-Lee, Meridian's partner and advisor, who I am a great fan of. She has worked with many individuals and businesses in the community for decades. We live in crazy times these days and need the right financial advice, which is so important. If you'd like to talk to Natalie, give her a call at 719-1433 and have a great day.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
If you're a do-it-yourselfer looking for quality car parts in Tucson, look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Ram's Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated, Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results Team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results Team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results Team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results Team. When buying and selling really matter, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Thona Automation.
If there's a hot spot in your house, you may have leaky ductwork. The Department of Energy says 95% of homes do. Those leaks can pull in dirt and humidity. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rocks Cooling. Ask how we can tackle those leaky ducts and keep cool air in and dirt and humidity out with AeroSeal. Call Picture Rocks at 520-440-4069.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And here's a steal. Taken away. Kobe Johnson will drive it the other way and slam it home.
Yeah, once again for Arizona. Yeah, Arizona, just an unforced error there on a baseline, a balance play, just a careless pass, resulting in an easy two for USC.
Trojans outshot the Wildcats in this game 49% to 39%. They win it 78-65. First time the Wildcats have beaten a Tommy Lloyd-coached Arizona team. That snaps a 6-game losing streak against U of A. And the Wildcats will head to the Pac-12 tournament as the number 1 seed. We'll give you the full bracket straight ahead coming up. But we will tell you that it is Washington and USC in the 8-9 game at noon to kick off the Pac-12 tournament, and the winner of that game will take on the Arizona Wildcats at noon on Thursday. All right, elsewhere tonight, up in the Valley, the Pima Aztecs won the Division II Region Championship with a 64-61 triumph over the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes. We're pleased to be joined now on the line by the head coach of the Pima Aztecs, Brian Peabody. And first of all, Coach, congratulations. What a season you have had, 28-4. And you guys have scored a lot of points. But tonight was a tougher, kind of a little bit maybe of a slog, I would imagine, for you guys. How were you able to pull out a much lower scoring game than you probably would have liked to have seen tonight?
No, I think that's the character of our team. We have high character guys, and we defended like we've never defended before, which I'm really proud of my guys for. We didn't shoot it well. We didn't play well. But we were still able to get the win, so it was really fun, fun.
So it wasn't one of those nights where you had to take 3 timeouts in the first 4 minutes. They were defending from the jump tonight.
Yeah, it was only 3. I thought it was 4 timeouts in the first 4 minutes. But we're not like this. I mean, we just didn't shoot it well, and our best shooters didn't shoot it well tonight. But I'm so proud of my guys because we defended like no other. I mean, you look at the percentages that they had. Our whole goal, our whole game plan was to, let 30 score and run everybody off the 3-point line, and we did exactly that. So it was cool. It was fun.
Where, in terms of the guys, when you talk about defense, Brian, who are some of those guys that really lead it at that end of the floor for you?
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Tonight it was everybody. Yeah. I mean, our bigs defended, our guards defended. It was really fun. And the last time we did what we did tonight was 2018. We got beaten the national championship game. We could play either way, and I think that's what this team is adjusted to. If you don't shoot it well, you can guard, and we did that in 18. We got beat the national championship. this team reminds me a lot of that team.
Jalen Alexander named the most valuable player of the game tonight. 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocked shots. How did you assess Jalen this evening?
I don't know if it's just today, but he's the heart and soul of our team. He really is. I mean, he does everything. There were maybe a couple other guys that had better games. Cohen Jay had a really good game, but he's the heart and soul of our team. Like he works so hard, both on both ends of the floor, and so I just decided to give it to him. But we're not sitting here today if it's not for Jalen Alexander.
Talking with Brian Peabody, the head coach of the Pima Aztecs men's basketball team, Division II Region 1 champions tonight after a 64-61 victory over Chandler Gilbert. I'm in Las Vegas. We've got Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden back in Tucson. Kelvin had a couple of questions for you, Coach.
Kelvin, how you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, Coach, man. Hey, congratulations on the season so far over there.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I heard you say in an interview on TV that you really like this team. And just tell me a few things about this team that you really like about them.
I mean, I know you played at a high level, both football and basketball, and not very often do you get a team that likes each other no matter what. And I think as a coach, I've been doing this for 35 years, this is that team where they don't care who scores, they don't care who shoots. All they want to do is win, and that's the makeup of this team. And tonight was a perfect example. Like our best player, Dylan Baker, didn't shoot it well, and our guys didn't care. They just locked in defensively, and literally, you get a team like this every 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know how those team things work, man, and I understand when you have a group like that. I was going to mention Dylan Baker as well. You always seem to have 2 or 3 guys from Tucson that are big parts of your team on there, and you do a great job of recruiting outside the area as well and bringing in key parts. But Dylan Baker, tell me a little bit about him and what he's meant to the team, especially being a local guy.
Well, the first thing I'll say is I like that he trusted me in bringing him in because he had a bunch of D2 offers out of high school, and I've known his dad forever. I know you know his dad, and I'm like, you got to trust me. He'll be a Division I guy, and he came, matured, got bigger, stronger, developed, and now he's going to NAU as a D1 guy. And if I were a local Tucson kid, I would take notice because there's a couple kids that we're recruiting from Tucson that think they're bigger, better than Pima College, and it's just not the case. And so I just love the fact that Dylan trusted me and his development. We have another kid just like that, Wes Ball, that's from Marana. He's going to be a Division I player. Like, you just have to trust, the process of everything that we do at Pima College. I've only done this for 35 years of my life, so just trust me.
Well, I'll say this, Coach, man. I co-sign it, and I tell kids all the time, man, I say, what more could you ask for to have a team that can compete for national championships in your own backyard? You have an opportunity to continue your dream of being a Division I player or playing at the next level. And I just think that, I've been knowing you around here for a long time. I don't want to say how long because I don't want to age myself. So knowing you around, I remember coming as a freshman in '94, and you opened the gym to us and let us come over and play open gym. So that kind of tells you a little far out back. But no, man, I preach, man. I really always respected junior college ball, and I understand what junior college ball could do for guys. And I tell all the guys, if any kid out there can hear me, what Peabody got going on out over there, and the kids that he's sent to school is enough for you to look into.
Kelvin, I appreciate that. And it's all, I'm just going to give you one last message to the kids. It's like, it's a different path. And a lot of people are going post-grad and all that kind of stuff, and they're wrong. I'm just telling you, they're dead wrong. There's so many good junior college players out there that can play at the next level. It's just a different path, and you got to get re-recruited and all that kind of stuff. Like the kid from Tennessee, we were talking about him earlier. He was at a junior college in Colorado. it's just a different path, and go with, something that's going to give you good coaching and all that kind of stuff and mentor the kids. And that's what we do at Pima.
Brian, did you dry out from that locker room celebration? Looks like you got a little wet there tonight.
I'm still freezing. I turned the heater on the way home. But I'll take that any day. I love it. It was worth it. I love my guys. And this is one of the best groups I've ever had in terms of likability, and they don't care, who scores and all they care about is winning. And hopefully we're going to do some damage in the national tournaments. I think we got a chance to go far. This reminds me so much of the team that we, got beat in the national championship 18-19. We're identical, maybe a little bit better, a little closer. We got a chance. We're gonna prepare on Monday like we're gonna win a national championship.
That's awesome. Hey, Brian, congratulations. Look forward to talking to a few of your guys next week as you guys get ready to head to Danville, back to another national tournament.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Brian Peabody, the head basketball coach at the Pima College, as the Aztecs wrap up the Division II Region 1 championship tonight. They go on the road to Chandler Gilbert, and they win it by a score of 64 to 61. They won 3 straight Region 1 titles between 2017, 18, 19, back in the win column again here in 2024. All right, 520-848-1290. Let's get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll take some more of your calls. We'll head back out to the Galen Center and hear from Umar Ballo and Tommy Lloyd, review our best bets as well as our keys to the game and a whole lot more. Arizona Wildcats, number 5 team in the country, fall on the road to Southern California tonight in their season finale, 78-65. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show along with Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog Inn Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Polston Results Team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. When I need a winning strategy for my team, nothing beats knowledge and skill. That's why I recommend Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing for all your home service needs. Having personally witnessed the impact of hard work and dedication, Right Way brings the same commitment to your home's comfort. Whether it's HVAC, plumbing, or electrical, their team always delivers excellence. With a legacy of quality service since 1959, you know you're in good hands. So give your home the best. Choose Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Call or text 520-640-CATS or visit rightwayac.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Explore natural open space, a network of connecting trails, and a community park within the Vail School District. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rock & K with home savings up to $35,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Most financial advisors I know have had a moment in their career where they thought, with more control, I would do things differently for my client's sake. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and our firm was created by advisors with the understanding that we need flexibility, control, and decision-making power to create the best experience for our clients. If you're an advisor interested in learning more about our growing firm, call me at 719-1433 to talk more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet? Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290. The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Trojans will get that shot clock well under 10 before they look to score. Here's Collier, left of the lane. Stops there, step back, jumper up, good, and he's fouled, and Pello will foul out.
We don't see Pella foul out too often, but we did tonight at the Galen Center. Pella Larson in 23 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 6 shooting, just 1 of 5 from 3. Did have 4 assists in the ball game, but as we mentioned, 5 turnovers. He and Caleb Love combined to turn it over 10 times tonight. And Southern California knocks off Arizona 78-65 in the final Pac-12 regular season game for both of those programs. The Wildcats will be heading to the Big 12, and the Trojans will be heading to the Big 10. First of all, though, we've got the Pac-12 tournament coming up here in Las Vegas, and we will tell you right now how this all lines up for next week. The bracket is out. I had it up. Now I just lost it. Let me get it back. It's going to be in the 8-9 game. The USC Trojans and the Washington Huskies. That'll be at noon on Wednesday. The 12-5 game will be Oregon State against UCLA. That'll be the second game on Wednesday. The 10-7 game is Stanford and Cal, a rivalry in the first round. And Cal is the 7. That'll be the first game of the night session on Wednesday. And then the final game will be ASU and Utah in the 11-6. That was the same 11-6 matchup we had on the girls' side this week here in Las Vegas. So the winner of ASU and Utah, the 11-6 game, will take on the 3rd seed, Colorado. That'll be the second game of the night session on Thursday. The winner of the 10-7 game, Stanford versus Cal, will take on Washington State, the number 2 seed. That'll be the opening game of the night session on Thursday. The winner of the 12-5 game, Oregon State-UCLA, will face Oregon. The Ducks are the 4 seed. That'll be the second game of the afternoon session on Thursday. The Arizona Wildcats are in the opening game of the quarterfinals on Thursday at 12 noon, and that game will be against the winner of USC and Washington. The Wildcats played Washington just one time beat them in Tucson. The Wildcats played USC twice, winning in Tucson, losing tonight in Los Angeles. So that is the setup for your Pac-12 tournament. Guys, any thoughts on that bracket and how it lines up?
Yeah, I mean, I think the guys are going to want to see Collier and Boogie right after what happened tonight. So I'm not worried about that matchup in the second round if that's how it goes down. I understand what some people are saying about playing for Coach Hopkins, right? But they just beat the Cougars, right, last week. So it's nothing to do with playing for a guy on the way out who's not coming back next year. You're talking about a team that's playing well. They just won their last game against the second-best team in the conference. So Washington's not going to be easy for USC to beat. But as far as Arizona's draw, Kelvin, I mean, there's a lot of underachieving teams in this conference that got a lot to play for in Vegas because that's their only chance to punch a ticket. So I expect to see good competition coming up.
And even with that being their only chance to punch the ticket, it also their chance to play a team that they know is going to be in the tournament, and they can always have that something to go and tell their grandkids one day. So just winning that game, not necessarily even winning the tournament, but just beating Arizona, just like USC did. I guarantee you, their coach gave them a great speech about beating the Pac-12 champions and the last time playing at USC and all those things. So those are the kind of speeches these coaches are going to be giving these guys, and these guys are going to be motivated to beat Arizona. And quite frankly, Arizona needs that. The tournament is not going to be easy. So you need the toughest games that you can get, and I hope you win them. I do hope you win them because I want to see them be successful. But, hey, this is about competing, and this is what it's going to be down to the end now.
It'll be interesting from that standpoint for sure. The rest of the bracket, as it relates to Arizona, we can tell you, obviously, with the noon game on Thursday, our coverage will begin at 8 a.m. It'll be another one of those breakfasts with the Wildcats on Thursday here from Las Vegas for the Meridian Wealth Management Countdown to Tip-Off show. The semifinals, if the Wildcats are to win on Thursday, would be at 5 o'clock on Friday. So our coverage that day would commence at 1 o'clock with Countdown to Tip-Off. And then if the Arizona Wildcats are in the championship game on Saturday, that'll be a 6 o'clock game here in Las Vegas. That'll be a 6 o'clock Mountain Time game. I don't know that they've updated in terms of it'll be 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock for all of us here out on the west side. Just looking at the Pac-12 scheduling, they still list Mountain Time, but I think they believe that's actually should be Pacific Time. So it'll be a 6 o'clock start, and our coverage on that day will commence at 2 if the Wildcats are playing next Saturday in the title game. That's a look at what is going to take place here in Las Vegas. We want to hear from you, 520-848-1290. But before we hear more from you, let's head back out to to the Galen Center in Los Angeles. Umar Ballo, who was our spotlight before the game, is the spotlight after the game as he addressed the media after a 78-65 loss to the USC Trojans.
Umar, how's your emotions after winning the game the other night in the league and then this game here tonight? What's it kind of been like to go through that? What was the postgame like?
I mean, USC is a great program, obviously, and they were better than us tonight. They came out, they played really well, and we all have one of those days, and the good thing about this, we're going to learn from this. We know that if we don't get our stuff together, it's going to be a long night. So it was a great teaching lesson. Nothing but respect for USC and the program.
Do you think that you guys were in there talking for a while? I mean, was it kind of an upbeat message like that?
No, positive. Nothing coming from this than just learning and then keep our head up, because we know we're playing for a lot than just this one game, and all we need is a positive mindset.
What do you think in general? Do you feel like a little bit of it's maybe a letdown from the other night, or was it just what it seems?
No. They had a great game plan, and they came out tonight, they executed, and we came a little bit short, but it's basketball, you win some, we lose some, but this we take as a learning, teaching lesson, watch film, get better from this.
Yeah. Was there anything that you took in particular out of that?
We need to take it off the ball.
What about, like, you obviously were able to get it going inside, but just sort of your offense wasn't the normal offense. A lot of perimeter wasn't happening. What was happening there from your view?
It's hard to tell because they were playing like a kind of zone, and it was hard to get some easy looks. But we're gonna get better, and next time we're gonna face zone, we're gonna play a lot better.
Did they seem a lot different than the team you played?
Yeah, for sure. They have two of them, their best players. So of course they got a lot better than when we first played them.
Yeah, because they were picked to finish second. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think that was the case though. Yeah. But they had a great win tonight.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to now you have Pac-12 tournament and then NCAA tournament after that, where games are you have to win to advance, and if you lose, you go home. How do you kind of shake this off and get into the right mindset of like we need to win and we kind of have let down things like this?
If you take a look at our resume, whenever we lose a game, the next game we respond. And this was a step back for us for a greater comeback, and we're gonna respond.
You feel like this may be, in a way helps you get ready for Pac-12 tournament, because you can not only do your stuff, but just remember what happened tonight.
It does, because this was a wake-up call for us, and I think this game gonna make us better for a deep run in the postseason.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything, again, maybe especially offensively, that you kind of learned from this that didn't go tonight, and if you can do something?
Hey, like we were just playing Arizona basketball. Our shot didn't fall tonight. It's a basketball, and I'm sure the next opportunity we're gonna get to play someone, the shot gonna fall.
Well, what's your thoughts on Caleb tonight? He's been so good for you guys and taking what's given, and then he just had
Caleb is our best player, and even the greatest have off night sometimes, and for us, he knows we love him, coaching staff love him, and we need him to shoot the ball for us to win the game. And I'm nothing but happy this happened, and Caleb gonna learn from this. We're all gonna learn from this, and he knows the most important thing. The team is behind him. We support him, and we want him to take 20 shots the next game we play. Because we believe in him. He got us here. He got us here through the whole season. So nothing but love for Caleb.
Do you guys kind of prop him up? Was he bummed out after a game like this, or how does he take it?
Bruce, Caleb is a positive guy, and he doesn't think about only himself. He put team first, and after the game, I see his face is like normal guy. He knows at the end of the day, he just wants us to win. And if we don't win, he's not the one to carry the blame. It's on all of us, and he approached it that way.
Yeah. Some of you, like Pella, guy who's been really consistent for you. Kylan kind of off tonight. I'm just wondering, again, individual guys.
No, we're good. We're positive energy.
All right, that's Umar Ballo of the Arizona Wildcats. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 10th time in 11 games. He has had a double-double. Matches Channing Frye now for 5th place all-time in double-doubles at the University of Arizona. So congratulations to Umar Ballo as he continues down that road. Obviously, guys, we'll have to go back and watch the tape on this one. But did you notice, in terms of Caleb Love tonight, did you notice anything defensively that they did specifically on him? Or was it just a matter of he just really wasn't making a whole lot of shots?
I didn't really see nothing that they were doing, that they were necessarily doing defensively. Man-to-man, I just thought they played a regular man-to-man. Did you see anything, J-Dub? I thought the zone, he just missed shots that he usually make.
Yeah.
He just missed shots that he usually make. He didn't get in transition and get any easier shots. And he didn't get to the rim like he normally does.
That's it right there, is that like none of the guards are really getting penetration to the rim, like all the way into the rim. They were really playing off those corner defenders, corner offensive players, Kelvin. So any kind of drives, especially off the elbow or whatever, was getting closed off pretty quick. As you saw, KJ got there one time. Pella got to the rim one time, missed a layup. But there wasn't a lot of penetration all the way to the rim. And Caleb usually, he misses his first couple. He might get a floater in. He might get fouled. He might get to the line or whatever. But that just didn't happen today. The one good thing, obviously, as Bruce should know, like Caleb's confidence is always going to be a positive guy. But one thing we didn't see tonight, Kelvin, was him shooting himself into 20 field goal attempts or something like that.
Right,
One for 10. Right. Not 1 for 18 or 1 for 20. Like he could feel, obviously, after a certain, 0 for 6 from 3 or whatever. It wasn't his night. He wasn't going to, shooters going to shoot themselves out of slumps. But there is a limit to that, Kelvin. And one thing we didn't see tonight was, maybe not to drop names, but Kurt Kriisa last year, he would be 0 for 7 and he would be 0 for 8 and they would be 1 for 9 and that whole thing. I think Caleb tonight, after a certain bit of time, he wasn't trying to look for those 25-footers, which is that's positive. You want to take a positive away from this is that, Caleb didn't take 20 shots in this game. It wasn't his night.
And I'll say this one.
Well, then what do you make of what Omar said there, that he would have, he would have liked to have seen Caleb take more shots?
Well, and I was just you took the words out of my mouth where I was finna go next. I was finna say this, man. You talking about a leader. You talking about, I got goosebumps listening to him talk. I could imagine him. I couldn't even imagine him saying these things 3 years ago, but that's the reason you be around this long. He's a veteran. And for him to say, I love him. Hey, he had a tough game. We all have tough games. And I would like for him to shoot 20 shots because he knows that this is going to get to his ears. And he want him to understand, I got your back regardless, brother, and I can't not only have your back when we win and when everything go well for us, I got to have your back when things go bad as well. So I just love that. And he said Caleb had the same face. He was the same guy. He's not thinking about himself. It's about the team and how we can figure out for the team to get the dub. And that's where that's where the that's where it should lie. So I just feel like, man, I just love hearing that type of leadership. And just like what he said, I'm excited because I know how this team bounces back by looking at the record, how they bounce back out their loss. And I think they all know that, and they all looking forward to it.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hand out some hardware. Time now for our Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. Guys, any thoughts on this? Obviously, you had Umar with 10. You had Jaden with 5. I would say probably Umar again.
Can we do none of them? And the only reason I say that, it's really not the rebounding. Rebounding wasn't the problem. They did out-rebound him, USC, by quite a bit. But one stat we haven't talked about, fellas, is second chance points. So they had, remember that sequence where they had 5 consecutive offensive rebounds and still couldn't get it in? The first second chance points they got in the whole game came from Big Krivas with about 2 minutes to go in that game. They had 14 offensive rebounds and 2 second chance points on the night.
Yeah, that's a stat that stands out for sure. That and another one that stands out to me in terms of Caleb Love, obviously we mentioned couldn't get downhill. 0 free throws for Caleb, 0 free throws or 1 free throw for Pella, and 0 free throws for Kyle and Boswell. I mean, and let's touch on that for a second.
Before we do that,
go
the
ahead,
answer is Umar Ballo.
Okay,
he's the glass cleaner of the day.
Okay,
sure.
There we go. So
Umar Ballo.
We'll wrap that up then. Umar Ballo is your Window Depot glass cleaner of the game. Window Depot, lowest prices, highest inventory. Shop thewindowdepot.com. 1 free throw between your 3 guards.
Too many turnovers.
Yeah, is that we can't? I mean, that we can't see that moving forward.
13. You're talking about they go hand in hand. 13 turnovers for those 3 guards. Pella fouls out in 23 minutes. Couple of those were offensive fouls, fellas, when he got deep in the paint. One player control. So when you're talking about 13 turnovers from those 3 guys and 1 free throw, I mean, Kelvin, you speak your mind on what you see there, but to me, that just a lot of those drives, bouncing the ball off your foot, making a bad pass or whatever that could have led to a foul. A lot of those non-free throw, a lot of those empty trips, we'll call them, because that's what they are, where they didn't get to the free throw line, just wound up in turnovers, and a lot of them with USC going the other way.
Yeah, and what happens when you turn the ball over like that, you stop being aggressive because you don't want to have 10. So you stop being aggressive and you stop trying to get downhill, and now it really forces you into being an outside shooter, and that's not going. And the other thing, we're talking about their guards. Their 3 guards were 14 what is it? What's that? 11, 12, 13. 13 for 14 from the line.
Yeah.
So there's a difference in the game right there. And some of that credit, let's be frank. goes to their guards in the defense that they played, too, on our three guys.
That's the first thing I said. The first thing I said was, they should have got the ball to Ballo 100 times in a row. That's the first thing I said. And because that guard pressure, and they were playing for the pass.
Yes.
And a lot of those turnovers came from that secondary defender coming over because guess what? Enfield is a good coach. He knows the scout. He knows exactly what Tommy's trying to do. And they were taking away, especially those bounce passes, Kelvin. I mean, usually we see those guards or forwards. You see Pella get in the lane, draws a defender, bounce pass, dunk, bounce pass, up and under layup. We've seen that countless times this year. I think 4, 5, 6 of those bounce passes in this game got picked off by the secondary defender.
Yeah, and that's because of the rotation that these have. When you have those quick guards and the quick twitch athletes that they have over there, those guys were able to get back and get into areas that our guys wasn't used for. And I just thought we should have went over the top. You had Keyshawn, you had Ballo, you throw that ball over the top, and because you go back, Ballo drawed 8 fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
8 fouls.
I think 6 of those were in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah,
8
man.
minutes,
So when I saw that, I mean, that's where Boswell and other guys, because a lot of those passes that got turned over wasn't trying to get it to Ballo. It was trying to get it to another guard.
Yeah.
So right there, man, I just feel like when they go back and look at that tape, they're going to realize, how they could have really took advantage of Ballo and Keyshawn. 12 for 17 from the field. Keyshawn was 4 for 5 from the 3. This was one of those games that he should have shot 10.
Yeah,
if I'm
that
a
heat
point
check
guard,
he took after he made the one, and then next time down, it was about 18, 20 seconds on the shot clock, and he let it fly right in front of LeBron.
Man,
nothing but net. That was I was like, you go, Keyshawn. That is it. Keyshawn,
and he had 5 assists. He had 5 assists, so
yeah.
he had it going because he had that high-low looking beautiful to Ballo.
Yeah.
And you think about it, most of the assists that Ballo got came from Keyshawn. So we should have played through them because of the pressure that the guard was taking. And that's what you –
the bounce passes were getting picked off, Kelvin, and the Keyshawn, what's he got? He got a couple of more inches. He got those long arms you can see over the top of the defense. Yeah. We don't see a lot of high-low in this offense this year relative to what we saw last year with Zoo and Ballo and then previous years with Koloko and Ballo. And Koloko and Zoo, should I say.
Right.
But tonight, Keyshawn did get to that because that, elbow, free throw line, wherever you got to get into that middle of that 2-3, that's where you're going to be the most dangerous when you can face up. Everybody knows this. That's the Luke Walton spot, right?
So you can't get tired of doing it. You keep going to the well.
But how many times have we – that's what I'm saying. Like, we've talked about this 2-3 months ago when they were struggling against 2-3. We thought, who's that guy? And Pella, yeah, but he's maybe not tall enough to be able to see over the top when you get the big come up to that. Keyshawn tonight, really executed that high-low perfect.
Well, you know what it was? They was having a problem. I remember Ballo said something about it. He said that they was having a problem with Keyshawn, getting that pass. But this game showed the work that Keyshawn has done and Ballo has done and getting that timing together on that pass.
How many times was he asked to go elbow, free throw line extended at San Diego State and look inside for a post-up pass? Probably not many times, right?
All right, let's get a break in here. 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. 78-65, Wildcats fall to the Trojans in the season finale. 24-7 is the final record for the regular season for Arizona. 15-5 in the Pac-12 conference. They win it by 1 game over the Washington State Cougars. With Kelvin Ifan and J.W. Madden, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, University Termite and Pest Control.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at saradiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats basketball radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Driving the lane, dunking on the competition, and playing as a team. These are things we'll see this season watching our Wildcats play basketball. These happen to be the things you'll also find when you buy your next vehicle from O'Reilly Chevrolet. The only difference is at O'Reilly, nobody gets penalized for traveling. Heck, we actually encourage it. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com, where you can experience our version of a steal. O'Reilly Chevrolet, more than a great price.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic offers military discounts to retired and disabled veterans, and they now accept patients with access insurance. For more information and to find the location nearest you, visit firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Don't hold back. Just dive right in. This is Desert Diamond. The round-the-clock, off-the-charts, over-the-top spectacle that puts a shine on any day, anytime. The tables are hot to the touch. The slots are spinning winners every day. And the point spreads are yours for the taking. So go ahead. Live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino. Visit ddcaz.com.
An enterprise of the Thana Autumn Nation.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. Live rockandk.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com.
The Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
KJ with 12 to shoot. Can't get inside on Collier. Backs it out now. Tried to bounce it. Does get it inside to Ballo. Turns on Rodman. Layup is good, and he's fouled. Boy, that was just all muscle for Big O. And he'll get to the free throw line.
6 of 7 from the field tonight for Oumar Ballo as he continues to cement that field goal percentage average. He's the best all time. And when you make 6 of 7, you're not going to fall. Because that's what, about 90% if my U-High math is correct. 6 divided by 7, that's 86% on the night for Oumar Ballo. Unfortunately, Arizona loses tonight 78-65 to the Trojans to wrap up the regular season. Let's identify our best bets for the evening.
Tucson, what happened with today's best bets? Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to look at the best bets, brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
Well, guys, this didn't go well at all. Nobody won anything tonight. Everybody took Arizona and laid the 7.5. USC wins by 13. The number on the over-under was 162. It did not come close. 143. Everybody took the over. A double losing night. So no movement. And we figured there was not going to be any movement because we all bet the same thing, and that was the case tonight. DK still has a 2-game lead over J-Dub and a 3-game lead over Kelvin. 143. Wow, that's low. 5-2. It's as low as I think we've seen a total game in a while. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. We still have our best bets. Our keys to the game. We'll review those straight ahead as well. Arizona falls to the Trojans tonight in Los Angeles. Now it is the Pac-12 tournament here in Las Vegas. Kelvin, the final time that, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I still am very firmly believing that the Big 12 has every intention of taking over this market. So I think we'll be back here I don't know if we'll be back here in short order next year, but I could conceivably see there being an event here of major proportion in the Big 12 in the not so distant future. But when you look at this week coming up for the Pac-12 and this final go-around, what memories do you take away from this tournament? For me, it's, I came in to this conference as a college student in 1986-87. That was the first year that they had a Pac-10 tournament, and they had it for the entire 4 years that I was in school, and then it went away again, and then it came back a little bit later. It was something that the coaches in this league were resistant to for a number of years.
That was also really different, right? Because the team with the best record hosted, didn't they?
The first, yeah. Well, not necessarily, because the first year was at UCLA, then it was in Tucson, then it was at the Forum in Los Angeles, then it was at ASU. So and ASU was nowhere close to being the best team the year they hosted.
Was it? Because I remember there being two in Tucson during that stretch. Because I know at that point Montgomery and Lute were the only two voices to vote against it consistently because, Kelvin probably could speak on that actually having those conversations, but Lute was not about it, right? But I remember those first 4 or 5 years, Arizona, I think, won 4 in a row or whatever. Then they stopped it for such a long period of time.
Yeah. No, it was. I remember my senior year was in Tempe, so yeah, it was. It kind of rotated between, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
That was
obviously Arizona
Beavers
that won.
I'm trying to think. Well, I know it was Gary Payton. That would have been Gary Payton's senior year, right?
Well, that would have been 90. I don't know.
Oh yeah, 90 was the year after he left.
Yeah, he was gone by then. Yeah, so his senior year would have been the one at the Forum in Los Angeles, which was my junior year in college. So, yeah, obviously it rotated between L.A. and Arizona for the first 2 years. So I don't know maybe if that had something to do with it as well, that the coaches got rid of it again for a number of years before finally bringing it back and to Los Angeles, where it was at more of just at a neutral site at that point, and then obviously shifting here to Las Vegas for the last few years. It's been a fun place to come, obviously, for our brethren from Arizona, being it's such a close 6-hour drive, 4 hours from Los Angeles, and it has been a town that Arizona fans have taken over, and I imagine that they will take it over one more time with zest this coming week here to see if their boys can bring home another Pac-12 tournament championship. 520-848-1290. We'll get another break in here. We'll come back. We'll review our keys to the game and hear from Tommy Lloyd as well. Scoreboard, all of that. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show from Las Vegas and Tucson. Arizona falls to USC 78-65. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and number one goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
To sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools, a backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is cooler here, and so pests are seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? University Termite and Pest Control has been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control for the past 50 years. You can too. University Termite and Pest Control. Find us online at bepestfree.com. Okay, kids, we're home. Everybody out.
Ew, my feet are stuck.
In what, honey?
On the floor.
Ew. Take off your shoes. Tommy, come carry your sister into the house.
What do you do when the car you use the most has the least amount of time to get clean? Let Recon Auto Detailing, Arizona's premier auto detailing company, come to you and turn your busiest car back into your best. From basic cleaning to a full detail, Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with
with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
The Meridian Wealth Management postgame show continues on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And Ellis has his shot blocked by Johnson and grabbed away by Bradley. Cats with numbers. Bradley runs into right, fell down, got the ball to Keyshot, who lays it in.
Wildcats fall to the USC Trojans 78-65. Coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm David Kelly. Kelvin Ifan, J.W. Madden back in studio in Tucson. If you're watching on one of our many video streams, we've got the Las Vegas skyline behind us, the very beautiful Aria Hotel. You can see the Cosmopolitan in the background with those blue lines. That's the only hotel with balconies here, outside of obviously the Polo Towers where we are staying, but this is a more of a hotel / timeshare Hilton vacation establishment. Final few stages for you to get in on the program. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Shadow Spirit checks in on Twitter in response to what we were talking about before the ball game. He says, start the bench first game in Las Vegas. They might be hungrier than the starters were tonight against USC. Let's review what we thought needed to happen for the Wildcats to win this game in LA.
Wildcats fans, out of today's Keys to the Game, go for the Wildcats. Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, I believe Kelvin went.
Simple. Limit the 2 guards.
I believe J-Dub went first.
Real simple. Limit the 2 guards, those 2 guys we've been talking about all day. I'd like to see less than 30 from Boogie and Carlson. Also, dominate the boards. Not a good rebounding team for the Trojans. Plus 10 at least. And Ballo for one simple reason, DK. They don't play a center. USC does not have a center on that roster. DJ Rodman is about 8 inches shorter than Umar Ballo. Joshua Morgan's given up about 40 pounds to Umar Ballo. You got to punish them for that. Go inside early, go inside often. Feed the big man. Those are my keys.
You know, one thing I noticed that they did do in terms of the turnovers was the turnovers and rebounding. Obviously, the Wildcats won the rebounding battle 38-30, but I thought they snatched a lot of balls in that ball game tonight. Snatched balls off the top of some of the big men when they were coming down from rebounds, just kind of took it away from them, and that was something that we have not seen a lot from this Wildcat club, but them just kind of being maybe a little bit loose in that respect. You guys talked about being loose with some of the passes. I also thought they were a little loose in the rebounding tonight.
Well, USC just did a tremendous job of their guards digging down in there and helping with the rebound. They really did a good job of all 5 guys rebounding, and they was coming from everywhere on our guys, man. They just had a lot of effort and energy that they put into it. You could tell from the look on their coach's face all game that they were locked in and just determined, and that's the way they were playing.
Yeah, I mean, game plan was crash the boards, don't let Arizona kill you, and sprint back right after you miss a shot, Kelvin. Because how many fast break points did the Arizona Wildcats have? 4. So, USC's game plan coming in with Enfield executed to perfection. That's exactly what he told them to do, and that's what they did.
Kelvin's keys to the game.
I believe we have to limit the 3-point. We have to limit the 3-point shots for USC. They're very capable of going off from 3. I agree with J-Dub. You have to dominate the defensive boards. You cannot allow rebound, kick out for 3s. I think we have to really watch for that. And I think the bench has to continue to bring it tonight, scoring the ball. I think they need to meet or exceed the USC's scoring off the bench.
Well, they did that. 19-13 bench points in favor of the Wildcats. Neither team shot the 3 very well. Each made 6. Wildcats took 21. USC took 18 in this game. My keys. All right, my number 1 key is don't get anyone hurt tonight going into the postseason. For sure, SC is a team that does not necessarily rebound the ball well. So I agree with J-Dub on that. You got to dominate the boards in this game, and you got to defend the three-point line, because that's really the only way they're going to beat you is if they can start knocking down threes and outside long jumpers as well. One of my USC brethren sent me a text and said the only way UCLA or USC wins this game tonight is if Arizona went out and got drunk for 2 days. So there you go. Those are our keys to the game. Well, I hope they didn't go out and get drunk for 2 days. I don't think that part of it happened. But the other way they could beat you is by essentially taking away your ability to drive the paint, which is what they did in spades with this ball game tonight. And if there was one positive, nobody got hurt. Everybody's going to be healthy heading into Las Vegas. Those were our keys to the game.
Wildcats fans, that's a look at your keys to the game. They're brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
I just broke my driver's license. It just cracked. I was fiddling
What are you
around
talking
with
about?
I was fiddling around with my driver's license in my pocket, and it just cracked. Cheap.
That's hot in Vegas, man.
Jesus, my
Telling you.
goodness. I hope I can still get into the places I need to get into later on. All right, Kelvin Ivan, final thoughts on a 78-65 loss to the Trojans.
I just think that you take this tape and you come in, you take Sunday off, you take Monday off, but when you take Monday off, I'm sure some of the guys going to come in and look at some of the tape, but you just take this tape to go back and just remind yourself of that, this how fast it could be over for you if you don't lock into the game plan and if you don't lock into your effort. And I just think it's kind of what you need. Well, you don't need it, but if it happens, you do need it, because it's that little, last little slap in the face before you get ready to go into tournament play of that reality of how fast it could be over for you. We forgot, and we haven't mentioned that it was senior day over there for those guys.
Yeah.
So they played with you've seen a little bit more energy and effort, especially even from the younger guys. It seemed like they really wanted to get that dub for Boogie. But with that being said, I just think that they have to look at this, get back to work on Tuesday and Wednesday, and just go out there and no matter who comes, who comes, whether it's Washington or USC, be ready to take care of business. So, yeah, man, tough game at the end of the day, but you're still together. You hear it from Barlow, you're still together, and sometimes you need that extra little motivation, going into tournament play.
Real quick, Kelvin, any thoughts on Bronny? Didn't really, he got at least one mark in each side of the box in tonight's ball game. He had 5 points. He had an assist. He had 6 rebounds. He had a couple of steals, but only took 3 shots in this game. It seems like Andy Enfield is kind of tightening up his rotation as he gets to the end of the season.
Well, I think Bronny, man, is a glue guy, man. I mean, he played 19 minutes. I mean, I think that's a lot for off the bench. That's, equivalent to what
to Bradley.
Bradley plays for us. So, man, I thought he played well. He didn't force anything. That steal, man, that anticipation for that steal, and then the athleticism and the way he jumped and dunked. I mean, people forget that he had a cardiac, some heart issues there. Yeah. I mean, and then to hit that three, that deep three at the top of the key.
Balance.
Yeah, and you just see the poise that he plays with, man. He don't play where he's trying to take over and trying to be the man. You didn't see him trying to be Boogie Ellis or trying to be Collier. He was comfortable in his own skin. So, yeah, man, I'm from my coach's perspective, I just love guys that are not high maintenance. And he just figured out a way to involve himself. 6 rebounds, that was huge for their team. Mm-hmm. And did you see the height that he was getting up on some of them rebounds?
Oh,
I was like, he's very athletic. He got some of those genes for sure.
The spring,
and come on, I mean,
the spring he showed on that dunk.
Man.
Yeah, before people get it twisted, you guys realize out there listening that Bronny James has not scored in double digits since he was in McHale last. He had 11 points when they came down to Tucson. It's been 12, 15 games since then. He has not scored in double figures since then. And the last 4 or 5 games, guys, he's been getting 12, 13, 12, 14 minutes. And why is that? Is because Enfield doesn't have any trust in him? No, it's because Boogie Ellis came back. I mean, they don't want to have your fifth-year guards out there. Bronny's been playing a ton of minutes because all those other guys were hurt, and he got good experience doing that. But the role he's in right now, Kelvin, being that energy guy off the bench and doing what he does, he's not trying to play outside of his own game. He knows what he is right now, and that's exactly what they need, that energy guy to come in, kind of like KJ's role this year. I think for what he was today, 2 for 3 from the field, didn't jack up shots he shouldn't have outside the offense. I think he did exactly what he needed to do.
All right, Kelvin, we will talk to you for the Pac-12 quarterfinals on Thursday.
All right, guys, Brett out.
All right.
We'll take K-Rock.
We'll take a timeout here, come back, give you your scoreboard here from the head coach, and say goodnight. 78-65, Wildcats lose to the Trojans. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating. Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Back here in Las Vegas and Tucson, Arizona falls 78-65 to the Southern California Trojans to end the regular season. Let's head back out to the Galen Center and hear from the head coach, Tommy Lloyd.
Hey, no, I mean, we didn't know, obviously talking as a staff, and, we're thankful. These guys have had a great regular season. And, to win a Pac-12 regular season championships, nothing should be taken lightly. Obviously, we wanted to play better today, and we didn't, but, maybe we were given a gift by SC, and we can really learn from this, so that's going to be our focus.
What would you say? I mean, what jumps out at you that way as far as things you learned?
This may be coming, with a little better sense of urgency or responding to how the game's being officiated. I'm not saying it's officiated poorly. I'm saying maybe our approach wasn't right, and so just getting better at that kind of stuff because these games, they get really emotional, and as they're playing out, and you have to be able to control your emotions and draw up on your season's experiences. So maybe just being a little bit better there.
With the shooting being off for a lot of guys, was that a function of them maybe pressing or something?
I mean, we just didn't have great rhythm on offense all day, so we're going to give USC credit on defense. And we got good shooters who are capable of making shots, but today was USC's day.
Mixing up the defenses or anything particular?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, we just never got a rhythm. We never got a rhythm, so that's something we got to take a look at and figure out.
Were you expecting USC to kind of have that just offensive outburst just from start to finish, be able to?
I mean, I don't know if it was an outburst, to be honest with you. I just think we were really bad on offense. And we turned the ball over a lot, and that probably helped them out with their offense a little bit. But, I mean, they made a few shots here and there. But I mean, I did not feel like that was a high-octane game by either team. But I'm taking nothing away from SC. They were a lot better than we were today.
Speaking of turnovers, what are some issues you saw that resulted in that?
I mean, you got to connect passes. It's really simple. I mean, pass to the same color jersey. I mean, we got to do that. We got to be better at that. We just weren't today. So maybe I don't know why. We've been pretty good at taking care of the ball all year, and today we weren't. So we'll take a look at it and we'll figure it out. And if there's things we need to address, we'll address them.
Well, sometimes in that case, you feel like some of them were lazy passes, like you said, maybe not a sense of urgency, or was there again disruption from USC?
I mean, I'm going to give USC credit for disruption, but you know what? You got to be able to handle disruption. So it's nothing we haven't faced all year. So they did a good job disrupting our rhythm, and our guys didn't do a great job of playing through it.
How about Caleb in particular, just as good as he's been, especially lately?
I mean, Caleb's had an MVP type year, and he just didn't play great today. So, it'll be a great thing for him and I to sit down and discuss. I love him. I really appreciate him, and I really respect him as a player and as a person. So, these are the experiences coaches and players need together.
He's been pretty patient, and the other night waited after a couple shots, took what was coming to him. But maybe I didn't know tonight. Do you feel like he was maybe taking some shots he shouldn't?
I don't think a lot of our shot selection overall was great all night. So again, we probably got to give USC some credit on defense.
What do you tell a player like that after a performance like tonight to make sure he kind of shakes it off, especially before heading into next week?
You're a great player. Let's get better. Let's look at what happened and be honest with each other and move forward.
Now you have Pac-12 tournament and NCAA tournament. Those are one and done. You lose and you're out. How do you make sure that you guys don't have a night like this where you kind of just?
Well, listen. I mean, if I knew how to make sure we didn't have a night like this, I would probably have won 25 national championships by now. But I don't know. I mean, you don't know. That's the hard thing. You have to help your team through those moments. Like I said, there's a lot of emotions that go into it. So today was a great experience for us, and hopefully that we'll learn from it and it'll help prepare us for what's coming next.
Well, you said the other night you felt it was a pretty mature group. It would be a test of that. I mean,
I knew it was going to be a test. Yeah. I mean, and we had talked about it. I don't know. Maybe I talked him into not playing well. I don't know. I mean, sometimes as a coach, you try to address what you think is the obvious, and maybe your players don't realize it's so obvious. And the next thing they know, they're like, "Well, we're supposed to have a letdown today." Yeah. I mean, you don't know. I mean, maybe I talked him into it. So that's something to consider as well.
Well, USC was picked second to win the league. I mean, do you think they're kind of looking like that?
I mean, they're really talented. There's no doubt about it. They're really talented, and my got nothing respect for how they played tonight. Nothing but respect for Andy, and they had a great night, and they were the more deserving team tonight.
Was there anything different besides the fact that those two guys are back and Ellis was off a little bit, but having the two guys that weren't at the tailgame?
I mean, those two guys are really good players. Of course, it's different.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I didn't think like there was anything overwhelming. It's just they played better than us overall, and we have 18 turnovers and shoot a poor percentage. I mean, it's going to be a tough night.
The Pac-12 scoreboard is brought to you by Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers. Real growers, real experience, real nursery.
Arizona falls 78-65 to the USC Trojans. Elsewhere in the Pac-12 conference, we reported to you earlier that Arizona State lost at UCLA, and so the Pac-12 tournament is now set with Arizona taking on the winner of the Washington-USC game. Bruins knocked off the Sun Devils 59-47. Adem Bona, 20 points, 12 rebounds in that one. Two other games on the schedule were earlier today. Colorado beat Oregon State 73-57. Eddie Lampkin Jr., 17 points and 11 rebounds in that contest for the Buffaloes, and it was Oregon in quite a game in Eugene tonight, knocking off the Utah Utes 66-65. So the Ducks finished 12-8. Utah falls to 9-11. Once again, the Pac-12 tournament bracket looks like this: 8-9 Washington against USC. That'll be the first game on Wednesday. Number 5 UCLA. Number 12 Oregon State. The second game on Wednesday, number 7, California, number 10, Stanford, the third game on Wednesday, and the final game in the evening will be number 6, Utah at Arizona State. The winner of Utah-Arizona State plays Colorado. The winner of California-Stanford plays Washington State. The victor from UCLA and Oregon State will take on Oregon, and the winner of USC and Washington will face the number 1 seed Arizona Wildcats in the first game. That will be on Thursday. Quick look at some of the scores on your top 25 scoreboard tonight. We mentioned the number 1 team in the country. They won. Houston just buried Kansas 76-46 today. The number 2 team also came out victorious. UConn beats Providence 74-60. The number 4 team, however, did lose. That was Tennessee, as they fell at home to Kentucky, the number 15 team in the country, 85-81. The number 6 team, Iowa State, also losing today at Kansas State, 65-58. The battle between North Carolina and Duke, that was a 7-9 game. The Tar Heels, number 7 in the country, knocked off the 9th seed Blue Devils in Cameron Indoor Stadium, 84-79. Those were just a few of the games on your scoreboard today. Checking Arizona and the baseball team. Wildcats win in Los Angeles, so it was a double, could have been a double winning day, but it wasn't. But the baseball team gets the win over the USC Trojans by a score of 9-6. Softball on the road at Oregon State gets a 6-0 win over the Beavers, and a great performance by Aisa Silva. 7 shutout innings. She allowed just 2 hits, struck out 9. The Wildcats win that series, taking 2 out of 3 from the Beavers. Baseball will wrap up their series looking for a 3-game sweep of the Trojans on Sunday. So a positive day on the diamond for the Arizona Wildcats. Not so positive on the court, as the Wildcats lose by a score of 78-65 to the USC Trojans. Also, will remind you again, Pima College, the men's basketball team, knocked off Chandler Gilbert tonight, 64-61, and they win the Division II Region 1 championship, headed to the national tournament. Congratulations to Brian Peabody and his team, for sure.
Also, in case you missed it, we do have a interview that just happened with Brian Peabody about 45 minutes ago up on our website right now. So WildcatsRadio1290.com for that interview and the other ones that we did today on the pregame show.
Outstanding. Thank you for that, J.W. Madden. Also, finally, the Cologuard Classic being played up at the La Paloma Country Club in Tucson. Second round action today. Stuart Sink is in the clubhouse with the lead at -11. He has a 2-shot advantage over Retief Goosen and Joe Durant, who are at 9 under. 6 players are tied at 8 under. Final round play will commence on Sunday at around 10 a.m. So get on up there and check out that. I'd like to thank all the people who were part of these broadcasts today. Bob Madden ran the controls on the FM side. AJ Camacho spinning the dials on the AM side. And most of all, as always, we thank you for listening. For J.W. Madden, for Calvin Efon, I'm David Kelly, giving you that final score once again here in Las Vegas for the game that was in Los Angeles. It was the Southern California Trojans on senior night, defeating your Arizona Wildcats 78-65. We'll talk to you on Monday for DK on the Sports Tip. That'll be at 3 o'clock. We will talk to you next for basketball on Thursday. From the Pac-12 tournament. Wildcats will play at noon. Our coverage will begin at 8 a.m. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody, and bear down, Arizona.
This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on the home of Arizona men's basketball. Wildcats Radio 1290. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else.
All right, thank you.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Have a good evening, and I'll be in touch tomorrow. Just keep me posted. Whatever you hear about the availability, just let me know.
Yep.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
To take you